Hey Puffles, how's it going? How's my audio? I hope that's still all good. Yeah, also, what is pace and tempo training? What are they? You'll have to explain that one to me. Ah, that'll be it. Yo. Yeah, I was just asking then, I was like, how's my audio and all that jazz? And then I asked you. Ah, alright, sweet. Yeah, then I asked you what pace and tempo training was, because I haven't got a clue. Okay. Kind of just going ham with it a little bit, I suppose. Well, that sounds fun. Damn. Yeah, we'll need a break then, in that case. Damn. I do anything for 4 hours and then I'm just like, well, that's not too bad. You're at the final hurdle. When did you say it needed to be done by? Tomorrow? Have you got a deadline of just tomorrow, or is this at like midday? Yeah, fair. Play it safe. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Well, I've decided when I built a bunch of Pokemon for PvP, my Sundays were basically around doing that and doing PvP. But now that I've got all the Pokemon built and I'm in between seasons, I thought, well, why not do a shiny alpha map quest? And as my pinned message there says, it's something that was in PLA. And you basically go to each area and you could leave the area once you got a shiny alpha. So I figured, why not? That is a good question. I'll tell you when I've not been spotted, apparently. Rude. Oh, I need to get balls. To be fair, my competitors are normally on a Sunday. That's when I do the competitors. Season 4 has Excalibur in it, so that's definitely DLC dates. So that will be... It's probably going to be like the 20th or something like that. 18th. There you go. So Season 4 will start on the 18th. And where's my next Sunday from the 18th? The 21st, so in 2 weeks' time I'll do my Season 4 battles. We got a shiny during that, didn't we? So I'll use it in. That is unfortunate, yes. I wonder what it is that it doesn't like. That's unit Wi-Fi, so it's probably just bot limit, I imagine. I'm not gonna lie, maybe since you've still got tomorrow, it sounds like you could do with more than just a break. It sounds like you need to stop for the day. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I finally made a solid crack at my work, to be fair. Almost finished it. I need to double check my references and that, but aside from I finally actually made some headway with it. So are you going to do your work and stick around, or are you going to dash and do your work? Fair dues. I respect it. Ah, fair. To be fair, I had a look at my analytics just before I started streaming actually, and the general gist is if I do 2 more streams like we had the other day, I'm set. I can become an affiliate. My downfall after that will surprisingly be followers. I need 25 followers, we're at 15. fair, there's quite a few of these I need a shiny alpha. But that really annoyingly. So yeah, maybe don't do that, everyone. Some of them will get sorted well. We know how you feel about mass pings. But yeah, the annoying part about this area is it's the only place where Pichu spawns. So this is the only singular spawn where I will be able to actually get a shiny alpha Pichu. Oh damn, that was quick. Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. Wait, how did you get 3 people to join if you didn't at anybody? If you just messaged Lego? Ah, fair. Fair enough. I must admit, I do miss being in the Discord. I left it for sanity, to be honest. I didn't want anything bringing me back. We're only up to 4 viewers according to my screen. Strange. It takes a minute to update sometimes though. It's really annoying when I'm trying to stay up to date and say hi to people and know they've been and gone before I've even noticed they were here. Very inconvenient. Yeah, fair. I only need an average of 3, that's the thing. I need an average of 3 over 4 different streams, and we're at 2 streams so far. So, it's not a particularly difficult goal to hit. The trouble is, it's taken on an average. That's the issue. Hey Lego. Nice to see you before it's your bedtime. Yeah, fair enough. Make sure you get your rest in if you're not very well. To be fair, the phrasing makes sense, but calling things optimal and not optimal is is something that I've never heard before you started using it. But it makes perfect sense. What's that? There's normally supposed to work with cold and for whiskey or something in it. A little bit of warm whiskey. Ah. Hey yo, how's it going? Manning. Okay. I always shorten it. Yeah. Okay. A little bit of whiskey helps when we're cold. Yeah, valid. Whiskey with honey. Yeah, there you go. See, you get it. Warm beer? Really? Okay. To be fair, beer is surprisingly good for you. With yeast and everything. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, honey and tea doesn't quite do it, does it? Oh, Lego. Disappointing. That's fair. It is mostly, like, it's a British stereotype to drink tea for a reason, to be fair. We do drink a lot of tea. We did. We've somehow ended up on tea once again. Layla was all about all of her fruit teas. It's all about how weird it is that we put milk in tea. We do. That's what I mean. It's a stereotype for a reason. Us Brits do actually love our tea. Yes, we're back at tea again. Teach. Yep. See, now why couldn't you have been shiny? Rude. I assume that's in a day, Lego. Always happy to help, Puffles. Liters of coffee mixed with energy drinks. Damn. So that's the funny thing about ADHD is I will typically use an energy drink if I'm like, nah, I really need a nap today. I'll drink the energy drink and then like an hour later I'll pass out. It's ridiculous. Yeah, to be fair, I've never abused caffeine though, to be fair. I drink the odd occasional coffee for flavour rather than caffeine, because caffeine doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, same. Yeah, caffeine does nothing for me. I just drink coffee because it tastes nice. Have it with my little vanilla syrups and things like that. Christ, Puffles. Yeah, it's at that point that you take a tolerance break. 500 to 700 milligrams of caffeine for it to even notice. It's wild. That's crazy. Yeah, don't do that. 700 to 1,000 is optimal. Okay. It's a lot less than I thought it was going to be. Only 160 in a count. Very optimal. 7 to 10 count is optimal. Jesus Christ, guys. Must admit, now that you guys can hear me, I'd be very curious to see how different I sound if I was in a manic episode. Because apparently I talk at stupid fast pace and go a little bit incoherent. All caffeine addicts, yeah, that tracks. My entire viewership is... It's just caffeine, yeah, sound. Could be worse. I know the odds are 1 in 1,000 right now, but the startling lack of shinies in 25 minutes is not okay. Oh, I did get that replay. Yeah, to be fair, it is almost the same. Just, to be fair, cheaper. Hey, good job, Puffles. You have fun. Alright, sounds good. Good luck. Have fun studying. Lego, come on. Nah, to be fair, I do know some people that enjoy studying. I enjoy research. I like looking into things that are fascinating. But I don't enjoy studying. Yeah, I was going to say, I think we're a little bit past needing to study, aren't you, Lego? Closer to retirement than studying age at this point. Ah, good to know. No problem. Can do that. How's that? Let me know if that's better. I tried getting away with turning it up a little bit just so that I could hear the game. Sweet. Oh, I don't know if the news is widespread yet or if it's just in our little group, but do you guys know that we've lost Bibbin now? I say we, like I'm even involved still. Well, there's a thought though. If I'm not leading and Bibbin's not going to be leading anymore, who on earth is going to be in charge of the orgs? That's fair enough, Lego. No worries. Now's probably the smartest time to do it, to be fair. Thank you very much. See you soon. Get some rest. Kind of strange when you think about it. I'm climbing on these people's roofs. That must sound so discombobulating to just have some kid running on their roof looking for Pokemon. I'm alpha spawns. Yeah, no, we just need you to be shiny, please. That's the thing, unless the alphas are guaranteed, like the Pidgey up on the roof, the odds are 5% for an alpha, and then 1 in 1,000 for a shiny. And you have to get those two odds to line up to get a shiny alpha. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. I managed to get 2 shiny alpha Dratinis the other day. That was kind of crazy. Let's see if I can try and set up counters and stuff on the side. Because then I could see how many phases and how many shinies and things like that spawn. I think that would be quite cool to set up actually. Yo, teacher, you still here? Big old fluffy sheep. I must admit, I do like some of the alpha Pokemon because they just look daft. Well, absolutely terrifying in the case of Alpha Weedle. Development Glide was such a weird feature to add. Like, I like it, and the mechanics of it are okay. I don't like the fact that you dip and then rise. That can actually make the parkour a little bit difficult, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Like, you're literally jumping on your phone and flying. Just seems like they could have come up with so many different things. Not that. It's alright though, I don't mind it. It's just weird. K-pop song from Stray Kids in my head at the moment. Jam. It's annoyingly catchy. I always find that though, particularly catchy songs just stay in my brain for days. Very annoying. I'm very susceptible to earworms. I'm actually hoping to get through a couple of these areas on the stream, but not on stream today. But that's not looking particularly likely if this luck keeps up. I'd rather this not take 20 streams to get through one singular quest. There'll probably be a couple of areas that will be quite nice to us though. Oh, he's an alpha. I highly doubt he's shiny though, but it's hard to tell with Pichu because he's like ever so slightly a different shade. It's very inconvenient. Yeah, so. One place I can get Pichu, period. Very frustrating. The system for shinies is good, like the way it locks them in and lets you save up to 10 shinies and that, but like the fact that it's locked in means that I can't re-roll if I AFK shiny hunt for the Pichu, which means the second I get a shiny Pichu, that is it. I think the man who literally just joined and followed me and then left. Alright, I'll take it. Happy with whatever support you guys give me, to be honest. Damn, we got 40 minutes in the stream with only one shiny. Brutal. And I'll have other times off stream where I'll shiny hunt for like 5 minutes and get 10. Wild. It's the thing with odds. Odds are weird. That's fair. I must admit, I've kind of got to that with my degree, to be fair. Yeah, that's fair. What kind of referencing do you have to use? Are you on Harvard referencing or? Yeah, no, fair. Yeah, that's what my wife has to use, APA 7. I'd never heard of it until she started doing it. I was like, what? I don't know the difference. I have a reference generator. I literally just put in my references and it gives them to me in whatever format I need them. I always forget, what does IBR mean again? Show my age. Yeah, or chat with GPT, yeah. Stick them in. I'll be real. Alright, fair enough. That makes sense. Double alpha. Oh. You left to go do your uni work, and then like everybody else left as well. Your man who seemed to join, follow, and then leave. I don't know what happened to Teach, and then Lego went to bed because he's not very well. Bless him. It's nice that he showed up despite not being very well there. Strong words. Strong words. To be fair, what I normally do is I'll still double check the references, like click on the links to make sure they go to what it says it goes to. Aside from that, generally speaking, I trust it. No? Why is there no links? Is that because of what you're referencing, or? Oh dear. I'm gonna have to have a word with my moderation. Some of the things it lets through is interesting. And some of the things it's filtered, I'm like, really? Okay. yeah, do your formatting. That's the word. Complete brain fog then. Solid effort. I was going to say, have you got access to like Grammarly or anything through the uni? I was going to say, one thing that I normally do, because ChatGPT is American, I believe, Control F and have a look for any Zs, because ChatGPT, well, Americans use Zs instead of S's for like everything, apparently. So yeah, double check them Zs. Dead giveaway. Oh, you just used it to, yeah, reference and... Fair enough. I must admit, I've been half tempted to just put all of the information into ChatGPT and be like, yo, write my assignment for me, and then submit it, see what happens. I think that's playing with the line a little bit too much, really. Not gonna lie, I was hoping for a lot more shinies than this. I've had one in 50 minutes. I was like right at the start. Devastating. Dude, seriously. Probably because Microsoft wants you to use Copilot or some crap. That reminds me, actually, I was meant to go get balls. Waiting for someone to tell you where you got one of your references from. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a solid effort. Jesus Christ, 55 nuggets. Why? Where? I mean, I'm not complaining, it's free money, but... Sweet, still over 4 million after buying all those Pokeballs. Yeah, can you hear it when I'm pressing buttons on my controller? Oh, that's good. I thought the controller might be too close to my microphone. But that does just go to show that the microphone is filtering out stuff. So that's good. Ah, nice. Go on, where was it from? Why on earth did you write it down like that? Ah, fair enough. Curious, how many encounters is this every run? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 encounters per run. To be fair, just some rough maths. I've roughly done about 1,200 encounters, so I'm actually only just over odds, depending on when I got on the read. So I guess I can't really complain too much. About an hour gets you to odds. So in one stream I can expect 3 shinies. Damn. Doesn't feel like a lot. It's not bad, in all honesty. Its biggest downfall was the fact that it had a very low budget, and if you look, you can tell. But yeah, the Mega Revolutions are cool. Some of them are absolutely whack. Hey, fair shot, Puffles. But yeah, overall, I actually really enjoyed playing it. I didn't really start noticing any of the big issues until other people started pointing them out. And then it was like, oh yeah. Like if you look at the windows, for example, they're basically just stickers. There's no 3D models to any of the buildings whatsoever. They're basically just cardboard boxes. But I didn't even notice that because things like that don't really bother me in games. Because I don't play games to look at windows. It's a weird thing to play a game for, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. For the most important parts, it is good. And the story was long, to be fair. It took me 15 streams, and I streamed for roughly 3 hours at a time to go through the story. Don't get me wrong, a lot of that was messing about, catching Pokemon in each area as I unlocked them and things like that, but it took me 15 streams to finish the story completely. It was a long story, and it was decent. We got a lot of backstory. This one is 5 years. This is set 5 years after the events of X and Y, which I played several times. I'm quite familiar with the story, so that was quite nice to touch back into as well. Yeah, as you say, even for low budget, the important parts are nice. The way they've done the Pokemon spawning mechanics and the way they save shinies and things like that is actually a really big deal, and I hope they continue doing that for every other Pokemon game, because that is fantastic. You're at very low risk of missing a shiny now. Not zero, unfortunately. There's still a couple of ways you can miss a shiny, but generally speaking, if a shiny spawns, it will be there later, tomorrow, next week, when you come back to it, unless you cause it to despawn. Yeah, exactly. You know, I enjoyed playing through the story and learning the lore of this game and how it compared to X and Y and what's happened since X and Y. You know, when we first saw the replacement Pokemon Professor for Professor Sycamore, Mabel, she's the one that gives you these research tasks. Her, I immediately recognized her as a member of Team Flare, and I was like, oh, okay, you're a good guy now. Cool. And exploring all that was, for me, very fun and very fascinating. Yeah, exactly. I think for me, the biggest issue I have with this and how I can tell it's so low budget is there's no cutscenes for anything. Like, if there's part of the story when you're in the sewers and your Pokemon punch, or one of the dudes punches the gate open, but the screen just goes black for that, and it does that a lot. And I think if they weren't so heavy on things like that happening, I probably wouldn't have noticed the odd few here and there. But they were a little bit too frequent, and I did notice them. That's my only real big issue that I have with this game, to be honest. And right now I've got a serious issue with the lack of shinies. That's because Lego wished me good luck before he left. But yeah, exactly. You know, there were some moments where you did have like an animated scene, like especially for the climax of the story with the tower. Fair enough, no worries, Puffles. Yeah, exactly. I think the biggest disappointment for Pokemon fans was this looked like it was going to be a really big deal, and then we found out for some reason it had a low budget, and that was weird because there's no real reason this game should have had such a low budget. And it wasn't Game Freak's fault, because Game Freak bought out, I can't attest to it myself, but Game Freak bought out another game this year that looks graphically absolutely fantastic. So it's not a Game Freak issue, it definitely was a budgeting issue, but yeah, it's weird that a Pokemon game got such a low budget. But as you say, having a low budget, they had to cut something. Yeah, that's what I mean. It was very unexpected for... Wow, this is apparently canonically a main series title now, which is pretty cool. And for a main series title to be like this, very, yeah, odd. It does run very smoothly though, despite the little bits here and there. It does run really smoothly. I know I'm playing it on the Switch 2, not the Switch 1. Apparently it's good, but not as good on the Switch 1, as one would expect. But it runs smooth. I really can't complain about it all that much. I think at a certain point people just nitpick everything though, don't they? Everybody's always going to have an issue with something. Yeah, exactly. Everybody has an issue with at least one aspect of everything. Yeah, it's like one of my friends. He is very much a perfectionist, and he's a big fan of The Last of Us. And for him, that game came as close to perfection as any game has ever. But the trouble is I then catch him comparing every other game he plays to it. It's good, but it's not quite Last of Us good. And it's like, well, A, it's not Last of Us. And B, it's not gonna be because of the standard that you hold that game to. Yeah, exactly. The second you start comparing is the second you've already lost, to be honest. Yeah. Like, I haven't played the second one, but I did play the first Last of Us, and I agree with him. It is a good game. The story's really well written, etc. You know, I couldn't really find anything specific to grumble about it myself, but just the standard that he holds it to means that by default nothing is going to compare to it for him. I'm really hoping that all this shiny luck is just bundling up just to give me that shiny Alpha Pichu. That's the dream from this area. Yeah, exactly. It's literally making a rod for his own back. God damn. That's 690 hours gameplay now. I'll give it until New Year until I max out that clock. No, I've literally had a shiny sheep, that is it. And that was right at the start of stream as well. I did the math, I'm getting roughly 1200 encounters per hour. And odds are 1 in 1096. So I am over odds at this point for having a shiny, but it's the wonderful thing about odds, you can go way over odds sometimes. I remember in Sword and Shield trying to hunt the Reggies. Oh, it was painful. I went over odds on every single one of them. I do. I tried making it so that I had new megas throughout my whole team, but I didn't really find much balance with all the new megas, so I threw Metagross and Gardevoir in there. Even though I'm doubling up on Psychics like that, but... They're all alphas as well, so they're absolutely ginormous. Big old cuddly boy. Yeah, definitely. He does look so friendly, doesn't he? I watched the, oh, what was it? The Journey series, the final series with Ash in it. And he got a Dragonite, and he's just a big, derpy, cuddly guy. And I think that is the perfect representation of Dragonite. That's exactly how I picture him being. I feel bad. At night, every time I run past those sheep, I wake them up. Poor Mareep. That's fair. Part of the original 151 is our Dragonite. Oh, see, if I didn't have Metagross and Gardevoir, I'd almost have every single Pokemon be from a different generation. And I Scrafty and Scolipede are also the same Gen 5. Oh, I thought one of them was 6. Damn. The trouble with there being over 1,000 Pokemon now, the knowledge gets scrambled in my brain. See, I still remember the silly little Dragonite in the first Pokemon movie, the one with Mewtwo, flying into the frying pan that Team Rocket had. Like, it's just daft, isn't he? I do rate Dragonite, to be fair. His Mega's really nice, actually. Like, a lot of people bash on it, and they're like, oh, he deserved better, but I actually don't mind it. I feel like they could have done much worse with him. That's the point. Have you actually seen Mega Dragonite? Let me show you. Yeah, there he is. I think he looks quite majestic, while keeping his big, fluffy, adorable vibes. And the shiny's blue as well. It's really pretty. They fixed the biggest issue with a shiny being that disgusting green. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The thing is everybody seems to love Charizard. I really do not get the hype with Charizard. I think if any Pokemon is the most overrated Pokemon, it's definitely Charizard. It's like what happened with the Pokemon cards. If you look at the value of any Pokemon card, where you've got all 3 starters, Charizard will somehow be the most expensive card. Even if it looks terrible compared to compared to Venusaur and the Blastoise card, Charizard will still be the most expensive card, and I don't get it. And like when they brought out Charizard X as well, Mega Charizard X, I prefer Charizard Y. Yeah, Charizard price-wise is insane. Like the original Charizard, what was it? The Shadowless Charizard first edition and all that, being so ridiculously expensive is just crazy to me. I don't understand Pokemon card pricing, to be honest. It's like all the new ones, the new sets. They've got these gold cards for. In this set, it was again Mega Charizard. In the Mega Revolution set, it was Lucario and Gardevoir, and they were selling for so much. I think the cards are awful. They look terrible. Fair enough. See, that's the thing. It is a cool little fire lizard, so every kid picked it. Oh, I went Strats. Bulbasaur's my favourite Gen 1 starter. Yeah, for sure. I like the fact that they all got Megas, they all got Dynamax forms, or Gigantamax forms, sorry, in Sword and Shield. They were pretty cool. I didn't like the fact that Charizard got a G-Max form, and then it took DLC being released for Venusaur and Blastoise. I mean, if there was ever a way for Nintendo to clearly show us that they favour Charizard, that was it, but damn. And don't get me wrong, Charizard is relatively cool. I just think he's really overhyped. Yeah, that's fair. Charizard is actually really short. He's a lot shorter than people think he is. But yeah, I see what you mean. And I think what built more love for him is how disobedient he was for Ash in the anime as well. His very sassy personality that he had on him. I think a lot of people really enjoyed that aspect. For the most part, I prefer the older generations, but I'm not particularly fussed. So like, Gen 4 is one of my favourites, and what they did to the Gen 4 remakes was an abomination. But PL8 was fantastic, well, not really a remake. But the Gen 3 remakes are really good. I really like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and Gen 3 were fantastic games. So I don't know, it varies, to be honest. I quite enjoy the old games and the new games. But much to many people's dismay, I don't like Gen 5. That's the only exception. And I played Heart Gold and Soul Silver a lot as a kid as well. So I've got real love for the Gen 2 games as well. When Gen 5 came out, I was in secondary school, and I just moved schools when it came out. So I didn't really have any friends to talk about it with. We just moved, so I never got the opportunity to play them, or buy them, or anything like that. And so I ended up skipping Gen 5 until Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, and I bought myself a 3DS as like a special treat for myself kind of thing. And then I worked backwards and I got X and Y as well. And it actually wasn't until, what, a few years ago now, that I actually sat down and went, nah, do you know what? I'm gonna sit down and play those games. And I think because of all the hype around Gen 5 and how old they were at the point that I played them, they just felt really underwhelming. And N as a character really confused me. How he can talk to Pokemon, and he was like raised to be this, well, villain, I guess. And then he just went, nah, do you know what? I really like Pokemon. I'm not going to be a bad guy. I was like, oh, right, okay. Sure. Yeah, for me, I think it was just timing for me. Because I didn't play them until so late, the whimsy of what would have been at the time just wasn't there for me. I almost ruined them for myself, to be honest. Yeah, that's fair. It's that looking back on nostalgia, isn't it? You know, when, what was it, I think for my 11th birthday maybe, my nan and my mum took me into town. We went into Game Station, because it's not even Game anymore, because it wasn't Game at the time, and bought me the sky blue DS Lite and a copy of Soul Silver. So, and I played that. God, so many hours I put into that game. You know, sneaking it upstairs and hiding it under your pillow and all that jazz. And that level of whimsy and nostalgia that I have for Soul Silver specifically, especially like catching the legendary Lugia, the cutscene and summoning him with the Kimono Sisters, like that, just, yes, I love that. And as you say, the simpleness, I like the 2D render of the games, to be fair. The transition to 3D and the washed out shinies and things like that was a little bit strange and an adjustment. But I think at this point, being so late into having 3D models of Pokemon now, I don't think anybody really notices anymore. Yeah, it's like my wife, for example. I got my wife into Pokemon. I've been with my wife for 5 years now, and the first game she played was Sword and Shield, and a lot of the Pokemon, but not all of them, but a lot of the Pokemon were overworld spawns, so you could see them like you can now. And then when she played BDSP, she was very confused by where all of the Pokemon were, because they were hiding in the grass like they were in the original games. And she can't stand that mechanic. She likes to be able to see the Pokemon in the overworld, otherwise she doesn't like it. And that's interesting to me, because she never experienced the grass spawns, so she doesn't like them. But obviously Gen 1 to 7. Gen 1 to 7 had grass spawns, so that's what I'm used to. think for me as well with these modern games at the moment is I have no qualms with DLC. I bought Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and that was basically a DLC, but you had to pay a full game's price for it. So I have no qualms with DLC. I really enjoyed the DLC for Sword and Shield. It was great. You know, I've played a lot of games that have DLC. Zelda Breath of the Wild. All of the DLC for Breath of the Wild was really good. I really enjoyed it. But at the moment... Oh, unlucky Puffles. But at the moment, like this game, when all of the trailers were coming out for this game, they announced DLC already before the game was even out. That I didn't like. I mean, I've already bought it. I can't say, you know, I can't say that I don't like it and then support them. But, like, I don't know, the fact that they announced a game and DLC at the same time, that felt a little bit cheating kind of thing. Yeah, the grass spawns were good. I didn't mind the grass spawns. I think now it's just really easy to make everything despawn and respawn. Like, every time I fast travel to this area, every Pokemon in the area refreshes. So it's really easy to just spam fast travel to this area to spawn shinies. Obviously that's really boring and I don't want to do that. Nintendo do indeed like money, yeah. Yeah, obviously that's boring and I don't want to do that. I'll do that for my own personal shiny hunts, but I'm not going to do that on stream. But like, yeah, I can just fast travel and reset. Obviously back in the day when we wanted to shiny hunt, you sat and span around in a circle in that grass. Oh, shiny hunt with the starters. Yeah, that's the thing, the starters are shiny locks now. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, shiny hunting the starters back in the day, yeah, that was great. They started shiny locking in Gen 5, and I really don't understand why they did it. And especially now, you've got like the Gen 9 legendaries, Caridon and Maridon, for example. The shinies of those were literally just given out as mystery gifts. And it's like, well, that's great, but that's a really boring way to get a shiny legendary. I could not get bullied by my Reap, that would be great. Damn, it's determined not to give me a shiny, isn't it? An hour and a half deep with no shiny. With one shiny. Yeah, I think the only modern game without shiny locking is actually Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And the only thing that is shiny locked in that game is the gift Mew and Jirachi you can get given in Florama Town. Aside from that, every single Pokemon, legendary, etc. can be shiny. The only downfall is the shiny charm doesn't work in that game. So You can hunt everything, but have fun doing it at full odds. Yeah, they messed up the coding, and the shiny charm just doesn't work in that game for some reason. Also, it amuses me that they never bothered to fix it either. They just went, pfft, it's broken, you'll be alright. That fog is not making for a good viewing experience. I love how I said the fog wasn't very good for viewing, and then I went and stayed on a bench, and now it's foggy. Oh, to be fair, yeah, it's been great. It has been a little bit strange, because obviously I didn't leave of my own accord, so it was very cold turkey. That was very strange, but I've gotten used to it, so now it's actually alright. Although, I don't know what you guys are going to do leadership-wise now that you're losing Bibbin. What earth are you thinking you're attacking them? That's it. What's been occurring? Nah, that tracks. I still stay relatively up to date with what's going on and the state of the game and all that jazz, but obviously don't stay fully up to date because I don't need to. just run away again. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I thought he was stunning. How's it? I saw all this shit that happened with Green Armor's cell. Everybody was fuming about how much that was going to cost them. Trouble is, everybody gets mad about how much it's going to cost, and then people still buy it. It's like, you can't be mad at something and then pay for it anyway. That's not a protest. You're just showing the devs that they can do that to you, and you're still going to pay them. Yeah, $600 for a single cell for a single character is crazy. Is it even good? I know obviously it'll add CP, but... See, that's the trouble. Basically becomes essential, and it's like, yeah, it's 600, but you really need it. Okay. Yeah, that might is quite important. CCG's been on the bottom for ages now, though, to be fair. Ever since Nora was released. When they brought out that Nora character, they basically killed the game there and then anyway. Okay, so you could just straight up jump in with green armor and call it a day. Damn. Fair. That is, yeah, that is pretty powerful. It is interesting to me that after, yeah, 600 is crazy. Yeah, it's interesting that after all this time and Anteku finally being able to be on top, that Bibbin's decided that now is the time to leave. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't protest something like that because there's always going to be at least one person who's going to buy it anyway. You know, if one person buys it, just the £600 straight into the dev's pocket, regardless. I mean, to be fair though, of course Rayleigh bought it. He's bought literally everything in this game, so why wouldn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he got absolutely obliterated, didn't he? He tried selling it to someone and they basically stripped the entire account, didn't they? And then didn't pay him as well. That's hilarious. How on earth did he get scammed like that? I mean, to be fair, I know it was his second account, but the fact that it was stronger than most people's mains, I'd hate to imagine how much he wanted for that account. Also, the fact that dude had 2 accounts that were 2 of the best accounts in the entire game is crazy. A man's bank account must have so many zeros in it. Oh yeah, why is that? Yeah. I had that though, to be fair, when I was playing. Just lose to random people, and it was like, wait, hold up, what? Damn, seriously? That's brutal. No wonder Bibbin wants to leave. I mean, that's kind of mad, to be fair. To be fair, we knew it was going to be awful when they did the talent update. And they made everything universal. Yeah, exactly. The trouble is, the second they release a new character, the meta's changed to include that new character. Apart from the new CCG guy, because he is useless. Yeah, the talent update was the worst thing they ever did. The trouble is they clearly don't listen to their player base, because I don't know a single player that's happy with the talent update, and so many of the players have let them know, look, this sucks, here's why it sucks, put it back. And they still haven't. They clearly don't care about what their player base actually wants. Yeah, has Delta managed to sell their account yet? I know Matter probably hasn't yet because he wants stupid money for it, but Delta had any luck? Yeah, the dev said back along they were going to put it back. I swear that was like 4 months ago now. Okay. So they're doing like a half reversion of it then. To be fair, I wouldn't believe anything the devs say. Oh. How bizarre. Yeah, exactly. I would say they give and they take, but they really don't, they just take. Come on, shiny. In fact, it's been almost 2 hours with no shiny now. It's starting to get a bit sad. Yeah. That's what I mean, I'm way over odds at this point, but it happens. That's the thing, when I shiny hunt normally throughout the day, I get loads. Maybe that's what it is, maybe I've used up all my shiny luck for the day. Yeah, exactly. You know, I plan for this little series to be a relatively long-standing thing. I need to go through each area and get a shiny alpha Pokemon before I can move to the next. And there's 20 areas, so... Jeez, that was aggressive. So yeah, I know this is going to take a while, and I'm okay with that. It gives me something to do to fill my Sundays when I'm not doing PvP stuff. Yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons I stayed for so long, was because I was playing with you and Zico. Obviously you had me, you and Zico for 3v3. Yeah, hopefully. And then obviously I was helping run the organisation while I was for GVG and everything like that. So has it been announced that he's leaving yet, or is that still supposed to be a secret? Yeah, very true. Yeah, that was. Do you know that was the issue I had on my server, because my server was almost entirely dead, apart from Mahiru, but she didn't really play anyway, so there was no competition on my server whatsoever. I was first for everything. I suppose you've got the same now. Now with Zico gone, you've got no competition. Yeah, it's just free. It's just given to you at that point. It's not earned. I do miss the little competitions between us all on that. Yeah, what's your main team's combat power looking like now? You've got to be like 1.42 by now or something crazy like that, surely. Yeah, exactly. Because I think it wasn't full competition, it was just like a little rivalry kind of thing. Fair play. Oh yeah, there's pity on the cell creation now, isn't there? Yeah. That's good. That was needed, because cell creation is an abomination of a game mode, to be honest. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I saw a couple of the screenshots, to be fair, people going up to like 1200 points, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Seriously, that's crazy. I don't understand why people are going so high. Jesus Christ. What, on her main account or on Aves? Sheesh. That's crazy. Damn. It's a lot of points. The trouble is because everybody's going so hard into them at the moment, probably because nobody's done any for ages because of the sales that we've had. But because everybody's going so hard in, it means that nobody's going to be doing them for a while because they're kind of run out their spares. Nobody's going to have any tokens because they've rinsed through them to try and keep up. Is he still going into every single event? Yeah. He seems another one that just seems to have like infinite money or something. Like he's just always there, buying shit. It's like, hold up. I wouldn't mind too much if like his account was like really good. But considering how much, yeah, it's wasting money, exactly. But considering how much of these cell creation events he's gone absolutely ham on, you'd think his account would look better. But the fact that he was one of the ones at risk of being demoted to chum was crazy. Yeah, that's what I mean. There was one event where I kicked him out of the leaderboard, and he didn't get anything. So then he tried again the next run, and I was like, Jesus Christ! And he always goes in right at the start as well. And I'm like, just wait until the end and snipe. What are you doing? Yeah, well, if he's got more money than Sense, then fair play. What a wonderful problem to have. He's still the same. Fair. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like, yeah, day one of cell creation, and there's Black Avenger. Yeah, literally, like, of all the game modes to be spending loads of money on, cell creation? Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean. There's so many better places you could spend your money on than cell creation, of all things. I still can't believe I don't have a shiny yet. Yeah, literally. Just one shiny pigeon. And if it could be that one in the corner so that it ticks off my shiny alpha, that would be amazing. Last run through, and then I think I'm going to cut my losses and call it a day. If we could end with just a shiny, that would be cool. I don't think I'm going to will RNGs to my will though. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not up to me if I get a shiny on it. Yeah, I figured this was just a fun little thing that I could do just to fill some time. Because my new game arrives tomorrow. So we'll be doing that on Tuesday. And then Thursday will be my normal Pokemon stream. But the DLC comes out on Friday. So that'll be interesting. And then Friday we're playing a little bit of Mario Kart and some of the new DLC stuff. That is quite unfortunate, Puffles. I don't know what to suggest, to be honest. Watching me run around this area. That's about all I got for you. Or that. Yeah, that works too. I don't know what you're going to do with the rest of the 59 minutes of an hour, but you know. Oh god, no. Don't be ridiculous. That happens on other websites, not Twitch. Ah, yes, of course. Nah, to be fair, I did see, I saw a video the other day. She beat this really hard level in Hollow Knight Silk Song all the while she had one of those love sense things that chat had control of. And she recorded the entire thing on Fansly, I think it was. Yeah, wild, right? I was like, damn, fair shout. I bet she made absolute bank on that video, though, to be fair, I respect it. Yeah. Yeah. You can't do shit like that anymore. Everything's regulated. I think hopefully between you and Teach, though, this should have kept my stream average above 3. So this may well take off another one of my streams. Oh, he's an alpha. Go on, please be a shiny alpha. That would just be perfection. Not only would we move on from this area, we'd get the one shiny alpha that we actually needed. Yeah, nah, don't start doing revision. Wait, that's the trouble, it's Sunday at 11 o'clock at night. What on earth are you supposed to do with that? Other than sleep. Oh, there you go, you can hop in stream on Tuesday, tell me how you did. That's the trouble, when you're mentally tired but not physically tired. You're just like, cool, I want nothing more than to sleep, but I'm not ready. Oh yeah, of course you do. You did say. Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything around you can do? Like... Could not if you're in... If you're at the uni accommodations. Seriously? Why? Just in case you pull a muscle or something. Yeah, I mean that's kind of valid to be fair. Because when is your fight? Saturday, yeah? Sunday. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, everything's shot at like 4 on a Sunday. Good old Sunday hours. To be fair, I don't mind that everything closes early. I care that everything opens late. I like to have my shopping done and be home by like 8:30 in the morning. But nothing opens until like 10, half 10. Yeah. 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Everything's shut. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's inconvenient if you don't know about it, but it's been a thing in the UK for so long that everybody who knows about it is used to it at this point. It always amuses me when people go nuts over, like, Christmas. They're like, oh, you can't be shut on Christmas Day, what if I need stuff? And it's like, the shops will be open tomorrow. It's, what? You can't go one day without having a shop open? Always confuses me. Damn, you are shit out of luck at the moment, aren't you, Puffles? Some do, but some leave it until like the 23rd. And then they're like, oh, I can't get any turkey for Christmas because they're all sold out. It's like, yeah, it's because you left it till 2 days before Christmas, you fool. Of course there's no turkeys left. Also, why are you having turkey for Christmas? It's such a boring meat to have. I don't mind turkey, but meh. Oh, fair enough. I don't live in a particularly busy area. We generally don't get that many. Yeah, for most places, it's pretty traditional turkey roast dinner for a Christmas dinner, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we just do like family style. We serve everything out. We cook some roast potatoes, stuff in, and meats and things like that, and then it's just serve out your own plate. Because it's literally me and my son that will eat the roast dinner. And this year my daughter, actually, she's old enough to have a roast dinner now. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, because that's the thing. Once you serve it up on a plate, and then douse it in gravy, salt, whatever else all your sauces and that, you can't really do anything with it after that. You either eat it or it's kind of dead. Whereas if you leave it all, as you say, buffet style, it's all still untouched. So yeah, I rate that. That's a good show. There's nothing better than the Boxing Day. Oh no. Controller style. Yeah, there's nothing better than the whatever meat you add, stuff in, and pigs and blankets sandwich or whatever you have on Boxing Day. Beautiful. Oh, you're missing out, Teach. If you don't know what we're on about, you're missing out. Ah, fair dues. See, what we've started doing is instead of having the usual like Boxing Day sandwich or whatever, we started doing random stuff with the leftovers. So like last year we did homemade wedges, And then we topped that with some of the leftovers. So we had like stuffing, pigs and blankets, gammon, and then I slapped some cheese on that as well. And we just had basically like loaded fries. Leftover Christmas dinner, loaded fries. It was absolutely stunning. I think the year before that, my wife made a pizza. It was so good. It's just random little thing to do instead of just, yeah, Christmas pizza, literally. It was actually banging. Not gonna lie, this is making me hungry now though. Yeah, I was going to say, what kind of traditions have you guys got for things like Christmas? Cranberry sauce, cheese, turkey, chicken, stuffing. Yeah, and pigs and blankets. There's usually a couple of those starting on about. To rock the Japan method. What's that? Oh yeah, of course they do. Yeah. I always forget about that because there's such a niche little fact there. But yeah. So apart from like the Christmas, or like presents and decorations, like you don't really have any like traditional Christmas foods or anything like that. Interesting. Indian food on Christmas. I mean, to be fair, it's tradition, not mandatory. So, you know, fuck it, do what you want. It's like the one time a year I actually do a roast dinner though, to be fair. Because we don't normally do roast dinners for like our normal Sundays. Because there's no point for us. Obviously, as I said, it's only really me and my son that eat it. So, there's no point in doing a whole big ass roast dinner for one adult and a toddler. I mean, fair enough. Christmas tradition, don't be sober. Tracks. Fair enough. Yeah, nothing wrong with that though, to be fair. That's something I do miss about Christmas, is seeing certain members of the family that you only really see on Christmas, because we don't really do that anymore. Just because I've got my own little family now. And the trouble is when you've got kids, I've noticed, is everybody wants you to bring the kids to them. And it's like, oh yeah, sure, you're one person that can drive. Let me just load my entire family into the car real quick. Even though it's a million times easier for you to come and see me. Damn, 5 years. To be fair, I went and saw my granddad for the first time in, what, a year and a half the other day. I mean, my granddad's still... Mate, my great-granddad's still alive. I mean, he's 90 and has been on death doors for the last, like, 10 years, but we move. No, my great-granddad is 90. I currently have 5 generations alive in my family right now that I've got kids. To be fair, you have 3 generations alive. Damn. Yeah, with Christmas, normally it was just the close family, like the really close family, and then Boxing Day is when you start shipping everybody here, there, and bloody everywhere. You see 5 different people in one day. So weird. I don't do that anymore. This year I'm going away for Christmas just so I can avoid doing that. Oh, you do friends on Christmas as well? Yeah, see, I do friends on Boxing Day. I normally have my mate over for the, like, Christmas pizza and things like that. How do you forget about your sister? Damn. It's not so much we celebrate Boxing Day. I don't really know what Boxing Day is other than just the day after Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Not a clue what it's supposed to be. Yeah, no idea. It's the day after Christmas when you're fat and lazy from all the Christmas food that you ate the day before. Hangover day. Yeah, exactly. In my case, hangover from food. Yeah, Christmas Day, you still eat all day. Christmas Day is literally... Oh, alright, maybe I eat the whole day, not Puffles, apparently. Yeah, no, Christmas Day is a day where you're basically just constantly eating something. Snacks, cakes, and then obviously the big roast dinner. Things like that. It depends. Generally 3 or 4. See, for me it's breakfast first. You get breakfast done before you do presents. You can do your stocking, but you eat breakfast before presents because I get hungry. And then yeah, presents after breakfast. It is, isn't it? It's literally like, yeah, one day of this whole big deal, and then yeah, literally as soon as Christmas is done, it's done. Yeah, I don't really do New Year's. And then get New Year's depression in January. Yeah, facts. Oh, we eat for days. The food lasts days. It's just the actual celebration itself is just the one day, and then it's kind of forgotten about after that. Although 5 to 6 days is a little bit crazy. Maybe 3 or 4 here. Oh, you have like a big eat thing on for New Year's as well. Interesting. New Year's, most people just get drunk, to be fair. And wait for the countdown. Oof. Unlucky. Lucky and I had to kiss for New Year's. I mean, fair. Try it. See what happens. Yeah, that's pretty much what I end up doing, to be fair, Teach. I don't... Yeah, New Year's is a weird one for me. It's yeah. For most people, it isn't. It's another excuse. Not that we British need an excuse to get drunk, but it's just an excuse to get drunk. Ooh, Puffles has drama afoot. It's the fact that she knows you saw her as well. That's the juicy part there. Very good. Oh wow, you even drew attention to it? Cold. Rate it. Nah, what you want to do is play like Truth or Dare or something. Fair play. Dude, to me you are children, yeah. You turned into an adult like a few weeks ago. Shut up. I don't know what you guys play when you drink. Do you even play drinking games anymore? Is drinking games even a thing? Fair enough. At least you've got a game plan, I suppose. Is your drinking game to drink as much as possible by any chance? Fair enough. So basically, yeah. How was it only 3 drinks? What? Oh, okay, fair enough. Just gonna say. solid effort puffles. Oh, I wonder why it doesn't like that word. Valid. Oh, I used to hate Secret Santa. Go on. Oh. That's lame. That literally defeats the purpose of Secret Santa if you know who's got you. What? Oh, there you go, you're the only one actually playing Secret Santa. Oh, did you get one of those little mini F1 sets? Nice. To be fair, you can never go wrong getting a bloke Lego. Really? Also, what kind of £10 alcohol are you gonna get for a Secret Santa? Yeah. Okay. That's another reason I don't like Secret Santa. Just some people are just so boring with it. No, I remember doing one Secret Santa when I was a kid. Yeah, literally, if everyone there just likes alcohol, like, yeah, facts. No, I remember doing Secret Santa once as a kid, and the person I had, I didn't know her very well, but I knew what she liked. So I went out of my way and I got a couple of bits that I knew she'd like, and I got pens. Cool stuff for your room. I mean, fair. Yeah, exactly. Like, I would have taken the money over bloody pens. Like, I was a kid, man. Come on. The worst part about it was is they made us go round in a circle and show off what we got, and I was just like, yeah, that's pens. Wrapped it in tinfoil, Jesus. The fact that you were even able to wrap a box in tinfoil is actually kind of impressive. Yeah, I suppose. Can I just fold it on itself and call it a day, anyway? Not gonna lie, I'd be pretty confused if I received a Christmas present wrapped in tinfoil, though. Did you have any joy finding any of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I sent you for your brother or whoever it was? Did you manage to find any Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for your brother or whoever it was you were looking for? We've got a card shop near me, to be fair, that sells packs and things like that. But the trouble is they're always over retail. That reminds me, actually, I need to go in there Friday. The Charizard Ultra Premium collection is released in a few more places on the 12th. So I need to go find one of those because I still don't have one. Yeah, that's fair. That's the thing I was saying to... I think they've got a cut-off for when you need to order by. It probably says on their website. Yeah, you need to order by such and such date to get it for Christmas. Should still be in the timeline. It's only the 7th. Just if you are going to order something off of Amazon, maybe check the retail price. Because sometimes some of the stuff on Amazon isn't like fulfilled by Amazon, so they'll charge more. There's some Pokemon card stuff on there at the moment, and some of it is just so disgustingly expensive, it's insane. But I don't know if that applies to Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what the scalp market is like for Yu-Gi-Oh! To be fair. Oh no. You got a busy few days ahead of you. What time does quiz night run until? Oh yes, yeah. do love a pub quiz, but you can't not drink while you're doing a pub quiz. It is amusing what you realise in hindsight. My last relationship before I met my wife was 5 years, and we got engaged after like a year and a half. I was like, yep, love of my life, gonna marry this girl, etc. And now I look back and go, how the fuck did I even live with you, let alone think that I was gonna marry you? Honestly, they say love is blind, and Jesus Christ, it is. Oh yeah, no, do not speak about politics at uni, Jesus. What? You really do hang around with the creme de la creme of society, don't you? That's so weird. Has she got like an outlandish stance on politics, or...? Because, like, if you just regularly follow politics, try and make everything about politics is like a really weird stance to take. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, what was it? I think it was, oh, it was Knuckles in that weird Sonic Boom series. He was like, you know, Amy, anytime somebody calls attention to the deviation of gender norms, ultimately undermines the entire point. Obviously paraphrasing because I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like, yeah, you're trying to fight for gender equality, but then you point it out like this is not the norm. Yeah, there you go. You know what, good. I kind of want to end stream on a shiny, but my luck has been so dry, it's unreal. Oh, never mind. Where was that? Oh, it's not the alpha, but we take it. We take it. There we go. Teacher will be happy. I finally got the shiny Pidgey. He kept commenting about how stubborn the shiny Pidgey was being. Cool. 2 shinies in 3 hours, and I don't need either of them. That is damn. I must admit, it makes the streams better for me, because, like, I can sit here and talk to myself, but it's nicer when I can sit here and talk to someone. Ooh, creepy. Depending on the weather, is it giving Silent Hill vibes? Do you even know what Silent Hill is? Silent Hill is the TV show, to be fair. It's just very foggy, very eerie, nobody about kind of thing. I love little phrases like that, though. They're like perfect descriptors. Like, if it's one of those, if you know, then you know exactly what the other person's on about. If I look outside and it's foggy as fuck, I'll go, oh, Silent Hill vibes, and the wife immediately knows what I'm about. Yeah, see, that's why I quite like studying with. I'm doing my uni course remotely. That's why I quite enjoy that, because, well, uni life wouldn't suit me anyway. But even if it did, like. Oh, and you finished Stranger Things as well. Good. How was it? That's the final season now, isn't it? I mean, fair. Oh, so it's not actually all fully released yet then? Fair. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who that is. I assume a Minecraft YouTuber of some persuasion. Based on the context. Damn. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's a lot of those these days. Oh, okay. I saw an advert for Fortnite the other day, actually. They were on, like, Season 7 at the moment. And my brain immediately went to, yeah, but Season 7 of what? Oh, damn, for real? Cold. Yeah, I was like, season 7 of what? Because originally you had, like, 10 seasons, and then you did Phase 2. Or, like, Season 2. So, yeah, for all I know, they're on. Oh, seriously? God's sake. That's just lame. So that's the thing, like, when we make jokes about dumb shit like that, like 69, for us, 69's a funny number, you know, haha. But, like, it actually makes sense. But 6-7 doesn't mean anything. They've outright said it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, literally, generations code, yeah. It's because the trouble with the kids these days is it's a bunch of people my age had kids way too young, didn't want to look after them, so just put an iPad in front of them. And it's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's fair. To be fair, I've been finding at the moment it's not actually that cold, it's the wind. The second the wind picks up even slightly, it's like, oh Jesus. What have you done to your knee? Yeah, it's not actually that bad down here. It has its moments, but it is mostly just the wind that's making it cold. It's just raining at the moment. We've had like 4 days of just rain. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, we've got yellow warnings for rain at the moment. Bloody miserable. Right. Well, that was a very interesting 3 hours with only 2 shinies. But on that note, I am going to leave you guys to it.